And now, Andrew Does Everything proudly presents Cinderella, based on the story of Cinderella. Once upon a time, there lived a young girl named Cinderella. Cinderella had 3 ugly, mean stepsisters named Olive, Nina, and Esme. Olive, Nina, and Esme made Cinderella do all the chores. "Sweep the floors, wash the dishes," said Olive, Nina, and Esme. One day, the king of Onlyville's messenger said, hear ye, the king of Onlyville is going to throw a ball. And whoever has the most beautiful gown and crown shall marry his son, Prince Singling. But Cinderella is not welcome. Her stepsisters are. Olive said, he's going to marry me. Nina said, no way, Olive. He's going to marry me. Esme said, both of you are wrong. He's going to marry me. Later, Cinderella is so sad that she cannot go to the ball and marry Prince Singling. Suddenly, her fairy godmother arrives and asks Cinderella what is wrong. Why are you crying, Cinderella? She asks. Cinderella responds, I wanted her to go to the ball and marry Prince Singling, but I'm not welcome. The fairy godmother waved her wand and chanted the magic word, Winnity, Waterity, one! And then, Cinderella's chores are all done. But the fairy godmother is not done yet. She said, Cinderella, go fetch me a good old pumpkin. Luckily, Cinderella has one pumpkin. The fairy godmother waved her magic wand and chanted the magic word, Winnity, Waterity, one! Again, to turn Cinderella's do-rag and clothes into a gown. I've never seen such a wonderful gown. I get a load of my glass slippers, and then the pumpkin into a carriage drawn by 2 strong horses. The fairy godmother said, have fun, Cinderella, but I will warn you, return home before midnight, or the spell will be broken. Cinderella accepted the warning. Meanwhile, at the ball, Prince Singling was wondering who he should marry. Olive, Nina, and Esme said all together, he's walking towards me. But he's not walking towards any of them. He's walking towards Cinderella. Cinderella and Prince Singling dance happily together. But later, Cinderella realized it's almost midnight. So she scurried out of the ball, and she was running so fast that she lost one of her glass slippers. Prince Singling was so worried that he might never see Cinderella again. So he traveled around Onlyville to find her and brought the glass slipper with him. He knocked on the door of the house where her Cinderella and her stepsisters lived. He said, ladies, I have a favor to ask. Can any of you try this glass slipper? Olive is first, but her foot is too big. Nina is next, but her foot is too small. Esme is last, but her foot didn't fit either. Suddenly, Prince Singling noticed Cinderella singing. Cinderella said. Prince Singling, is that you? Prince Singling said, of course it's me. Cinderella gets so excited because she's having to have her Prince Singling back. And they lived happily ever after. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story before bed enters doors. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share to my video. Take care. Bye and good night, everybody. And now, Andrew Does Everything proudly presents Cinderella. It is based on the story of Cinderella with a bit of a twist. Let's tell you the story, shall we? Once upon a time, there was a young girl named Cinderella. Cinderella had 8 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters named Fiona, Ophelia, Ursula, Ramona, Tanya, twins, Elena and Ella, and Nina. Fiona, or Ophelia, Ursula, Ramona, Tanya, Ella, Elena, and Nina made Cinderella do all the chores, sweep the floors, wash the dishes, do it all, said Fiona, Ophelia, Ursula, Ramona, Tanya, Elena, Ella, and Nina all together. One day, the king of Quadra, the Coplingham's messengers rise and says, hear ye, the king of Quador, the Coplingham is going to throw a ball, and whoever has the most beautiful gown and crown shall marry his son, Prince Quador the Copling. But Cinderella is not welcome. Her ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters are. He's going to marry me, said Fiona. Ophelia said, no way, Fiona, he's going to marry me. Ursula said, both of you are wrong. He's going to marry me. Ramona said, all 3 of you are wrong. He's going to marry me. The rest said, all 4 of you are wrong. He's going to marry me. Later, Cinderella is so sad doing chores that she can't go to the ball and marry Prince Quador the Coupling. Suddenly, her fairy godmother arrives and asks Cinderella what's wrong by saying, why are you crying, Cinderella? In which Cinderella responds, I have lots of chores to be done, but I can't go to the ball and marry Prince Quadra the Coupling. Cinerella's fairy godmother said, I can help with a bit of magic, and waves her magic wand. Because of that, Cinerella's chores are all done. But her fairy godmother is not done yet. She said, Cinderella, go fetch me a pumpkin and some ice. Luckily, Cinderella has 14 pumpkins and 28 mice. Cinerella's fairy godmother waved her magic wand again to turn the 14 pumpkins into a handsome coach, the 28 mice into horses for the coach to drive, and Cinerella's red clothes into a gown and crown. Cinderella said, I've never seen such a fantastic gown. And get a load of my glass slippers, and hopped onto the coach. Her fairy godmother said, have fun, Cinderella, but I would warn you, return home before midnight, or the spell will be broken, and everything will change back to the way it was before. And gave her a clock to tell her what time it is. Cinderella accepted the warning. Meanwhile, at the ball, Prince Quadro the Coupling was wondering who he should marry. Fiona, Ophelia, Ursula, Ramona, Tanya, Elena, Ella, and Nina say he's walking towards me all together, but he's not walking towards any of them. He's walking towards Cinderella. Cinderella and Prince Quadro the Coupling dance happily together. But when Cinderella checks her clock, it's almost midnight. So she scurried out of the mall, and she was running so fast that she lost both of her glass slippers. Prince Quadridecagonal was so worried that he might never see Cinderella again. So he traveled all around Quadridecagonal to find her and brought the 2 glass slippers with him. By the time he arrives, he knocks on the door of the home with Cinderella and her 8 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters. But instead of Cinderella, he finds her 8 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters. Prince Quadridecagonal then said, "Ladies, I have a favor to ask. Can any of you try on these glass slippers?" Fiona is first, but her feet are too big. Ophelia is next, but her feet are too small. The rest did the same thing, but none of their feet are the right size. Suddenly, Prince Quadridecagonal notices Cinderella's singing. The glass slippers fit! Cinderella gets so excited because she's happy to have Prince Quadridecagonal back. And then Prince Quadridecagonal and Cinderella lived happily ever after. The end. I hope this was a fun story, Andrew Stewards. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share on Andrew Does Everything. And buy our merchandise at andrewdoeseverything.com. Take care. Bye.